Welcome to International Securities Exchange's podcast series. Facilitated by renowned educators, ISE podcasts are intended to teach beginning as well as seasoned investors the ins and outs of trading. To find an updated list of podcasts, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts. Please be sure to listen to our important message following this episode regarding the risks of investing in exchange-traded options.
Let's see here. I have a lot of questions from you guys, so I'm going to try to get through as many as possible. Mike asked if I do any mentoring. Yes, I do individual mentoring, and I also have different classes throughout the year. Just contact me. You can go to ToniHansen.com, and there's a contact box, or email me at info@tradingfrommainstreet.com, and I'll definitely give you information on that. Guy O'Malley asked, do I buy all at once or do I average into a position? That really can depend upon the position itself. I do a lot more averaging in when I'm doing longer trading strategies, such as position trades or investing. So things that I'm holding for a couple of months to maybe even a couple of years. Then I use more of adding into it. When I'm day trading, I don't do a lot of it, but there are examples that I will. For example, I might know that a security is going to react to some support level, but I might not know if there's going to be a little bit more of a change in momentum at that support level. So let's say like I have this support zone here, and I'm looking for a reversal off of that zone, and maybe I have some shift already, like a slightly lower low. But I think that there might be one more slightly lower low. Then I might go into a position with a little bit and keep a wider stop to add more cushion to that support zone, and then add to it and tighten up my stop when I get a subsequent setup. More often than not, though, I get into most of my positions pretty much all at once, and then when I add to them, it's not really based upon the original entry. It's more like if I see a continuation pattern forming, and then I will go and add into a position. I do a lot of going in and out of a position, too. So if I see like an original target level, I'll take part of my position off. But if it forms like a great continuation pattern, then I'll add back to it and move up my stop. So I do manipulate it to a certain degree to that level. I don't recommend that for newer traders because a lot of times you end up being ruled too much by your emotions as opposed to what the technical reason behind the position is. So be really careful when you're thinking about doing that, though. Paul asked if it would be possible to view this presentation on the website. And yes, Steve will actually be posting a copy of this on the website. Let me see if I have the URL here. I know they changed the URL. Steve, can you still access the manuscripts or the logs to this at fxoptions.com?
Yeah, or you can go to www.ise.com/archives. I think they're all connected.
Okay. Yeah, that's the URL I've always used, and it's just ise.com/archives. So if you go there, then you're going to see them as well. And John asked an interesting question, who were my mentors? Actually, like I said, when I got into this, I really didn't have anybody. I guess a lot of like the people that were out there at the time, they were so far above me. I didn't even think of trying to contact them, or when I did try to follow some of the stuff of a lot of the popular teachers at the time, I just found it really, really confusing. So it took me substantially longer than it's really necessary to learn a lot of the basics. It was really a lot of trial and error. So there's definitely an advantage these days with the internet, where you can learn so much now and really cut your learning curve, your initial learning curve, down dramatically. But I didn't really have mentors in the trading world. I had teachers, people that I looked up to. Basically, they taught me analysis, but it was in a different field. I came from archaeology, so I was studying charts to a degree, but they were charts of migration patterns and such. Ironically, they're very similar though, so that was very interesting, and I think one of the reasons that I really enjoyed the transition into the markets. Well, it looks like we are about out of time here, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If I didn't get to your question, and I know there's a number of them that I did not get to, definitely please feel free to email me. Again, that's info@tradingfrommainstreet.com. And if you want to learn more about the style of market analysis that I basically developed here, is that you can check it out here at the URL that I've posted here. And the sales prices, it's about a third of what you will see at the regular homepage. So it's about a third off there. And basically you just go to that web URL Sean is asking. You go to www.tonihangsen.com/5textsignals/special.html, and that will give you the information. John, do traders make good archaeologists? I think that to be a trader, you have to be an archaeologist to some degree, because you are definitely looking into the past. I like that question. Thank you, Steve, for having me here today.
Toni, thanks again. Hearing some wonderful comments, feedback. I guess you just do such a wonderful job of explaining very difficult material in a very simple way, very straightforward. So thanks again, and please, if you're interested, Toni has this online version special. You can go to the URL that Toni has right up on the screen. Go and check it out if you're interested in what Toni has to offer. Again, and a lot of you probably are. Please go and check it out. Just want to remind everyone that you can come and listen to Toni's presentation again, www.isc.com/archives. You can also access it through the fxoptions.com, the events, and you'll be able to see all of the presentations there. Also, next week we have John Person, another fan favorite. John will be talking about developing an FX options strategy. He does a great job. He's normally speaks about seasonality, but he might bring seasonality into it. You never know. John seems to be an expert on that. And then on March 11th, we have Jack Crooks coming back with us. So please sign up for those and other presentations. And don't forget to check out the archives. Great place to learn more. Toni's been with us many times, and you can always learn from the past presentations. So thanks again, Toni. Really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thanks again. And thank you, everyone, for stopping by.
On behalf of the International Securities Exchange, this is Steve Meisinger wishing you a great trading day tomorrow. I want to thank Toni Hansen again for a great presentation. Thank you so much. Bye now.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To find more podcasts on options, stocks, alternative markets, and market data, please visit www.isc.com/podcasts.